Jonathan Lamb, the son of Joni Lamb, co-founder of Daystar Television Network, has experienced a life under constant scrutiny, shaped by both the privileges and challenges of growing up in one of the most well-known Christian television families. His journey has not been without its controversies, struggles, and emotional trials, making him a figure whose story holds deep personal significance. While the public is often captivated by the glitz and glamour of the Lamb family's success, the behind-the-scenes realities have been far more complicated. Jonathan was born into a legacy of faith and media prominence, as his mother Joni Lamb, alongside her late husband Marcus, co-founded Daystar Television Network, one of the largest Christian broadcasting networks in the world. Daystar, which began as a humble idea to spread Christian teachings via television, rapidly grew into a global platform that reached millions. The Lamb family's story, deeply rooted in Christianity, spanned across multiple continents, leading to the family's significant influence on global Christian television. Early life and formative years. Growing up within this sphere of influence, Jonathan Lamb had a unique and often challenging childhood. Born in the early 1980s, Jonathan was exposed to the world of television and public ministry at a very young age. His mother's work in television, especially with Daystar, meant that Jonathan's family was often the subject of public attention. This spotlight could be overwhelming, particularly for a young boy who was also navigating the complexities of his formative years. Despite this, Jonathan's parents, Joni and Marcus, were dedicated to ensuring that their children felt loved and supported, even though their professional lives often demanded significant attention. For many children of public figures, the expectation is that they will carry a certain level of responsibility or live up to a predefined narrative. But Jonathan's parents wanted to make sure he had a childhood that was as normal as possible. They tried to maintain a stable home life, which was not always easy given the demands of Daystar's expansion. Jonathan's upbringing was thus marked by a delicate balance between family love and the realities of living in the public eye. Jonathan's early life was further complicated by the fact that his family's work required frequent relocations. This meant that he had to adjust to new schools, make new friends, and adapt to various environments constantly. Yet despite these challenges, Jonathan managed to excel academically. His passion for reading, learning, and staying close to his faith provided him with the resilience to face these transitions. However, his life was anything but ordinary. As he navigated adolescence, he had to reconcile his private desires with the constant attention from the public. The Lamb family's fame meant that Jonathan could never truly experience the anonymity that many children his age took for granted. The genesis of Jonathan's career. Jonathan's early exposure to the world of media, particularly television, shaped his career. Though the Lamb family's legacy and Daystar were influential in his career, Jonathan's path was not simply defined by his parents' work. From a young age, he demonstrated a keen interest in the broadcasting industry. As a teenager, he began working with Daystar's production team. Jonathan's involvement behind the scenes allowed him to learn the intricate processes that went into creating television programming. He learned the technical aspects of television, which provided him with a valuable skill set in a field that would soon define his career. While working behind the scenes, Jonathan's natural charisma and comfort in front of the camera did not go unnoticed. As a result, he eventually began to appear on screen as a host. He quickly gained recognition for his ability to connect with audiences, delivering messages of faith, hope, and personal transformation. His role as a host was a pivotal point in his career, as it helped him carve out his own identity separate from that of his famous parents. Jonathan was not simply seen as the son of Joni Lamb. He began to be recognized as an individual in his own right, capable of inspiring others through his speaking and television appearances. In addition to his work as a television host, Jonathan took on various roles in public speaking, focusing on topics like overcoming struggles, finding hope in difficult times, and living a life of purpose. These speeches resonated with audiences, particularly within Christian communities, and helped him gain recognition as an inspirational figure. Jonathan's ability to inspire people and speak with authenticity helped him build a name for himself within the ministry, allowing him to gain a loyal following. The struggles of being part of a famous family. Despite his success, Jonathan's career was not without its challenges. Growing up in the public eye, Jonathan constantly faced expectations that were rooted in his family's prominence. For many, the idea of stepping into leadership at Daystar seemed natural, and Jonathan was expected to eventually take over the network. His father, Marcus Lamb, had often spoken about Jonathan becoming the future leader of Daystar, preparing him for the responsibility of running the Christian broadcasting empire. However, things took a dramatic turn after Marcus Lamb passed away in 2021. Despite expectations, his mother, Joni Lamb, assumed the role of president of Daystar Television Network. This shift in leadership caused significant tension between Jonathan and his mother. The expectation that Jonathan would inherit the leadership of the network was suddenly dashed, and he struggled to come to terms with his new role. The dynamic between mother and son began to shift, creating emotional strain that would later become a focal point of public attention. Accusations, family conflict, and firing from Daystar. In 2023, the conflict between Jonathan and his family reached a breaking point. Jonathan was demoted from his position at Daystar, and in 2024, he was ultimately fired from the network. The reasons behind his dismissal were complex, involving disagreements over leadership, business practices, and personal convictions. Jonathan's refusal to sign an agreement that would prevent him from speaking publicly about the issues at Daystar played a key role in his firing. This decision to speak out became the catalyst for a public dispute that revealed deeper family conflicts and accusations of spiritual abuse within the Lamb family. One of the most serious accusations Jonathan and his wife, Susie, levied against his mother, Joni Lamb, was related to a sexual abuse incident involving their daughter. Jonathan and Susie claimed that after learning of the abuse, they took their daughter to see a counselor, who subsequently reported the incident to the authorities. This led to a police investigation. Jonathan alleged that his mother, Joni, attempted to cover up the abuse, which, if true, would have severe legal and ethical implications. However, Joni denied these accusations, insisting that she never attempted to hide the truth, and accusing Jonathan of launching a smear campaign to discredit her leadership at Daystar. The family drama, which also involved allegations of spiritual abuse, sparked significant media attention. As the controversy continued to unfold, public opinions were sharply divided. Some supported Jonathan, seeing him as a victim of unfair treatment and a family power struggle, while others criticized him for airing private matters in a public forum, suggesting that his actions were damaging to both his family and the reputation of Daystar. Public scrutiny and the role of media. The media played a major role in amplifying the family tensions. As news outlets began to report on Jonathan's firing and the accusations against his mother, the public became intensely interested in the Lamb family's internal struggles. For Jonathan, this newfound attention was overwhelming. Throughout his life, he had always been a part of the media spotlight due to his family's prominence, but now, the media focus was more intense than ever. The coverage of his personal issues, especially the allegations of spiritual abuse and family conflicts, was met with a mixed response. On social media platforms, discussions of Jonathan's situation were rampant. Many people sympathized with him, arguing that the media and his family had treated him unfairly. Others, however, believed that Jonathan was not taking responsibility for his actions and that he could have handled the situation better. Social media served as an outlet for the public to voice their opinions, fueling debates about Jonathan's character, his motivations, and the future of Daystar. Jonathan's struggle was compounded by the constant pressure of living under public scrutiny. He found himself in an incredibly difficult position. He had to navigate the complexities of family conflict, allegations, and professional setbacks while being constantly watched and judged by the public. The experience was undoubtedly overwhelming, but it also forced Jonathan to reevaluate his life, his beliefs, and his future. The path forward: personal growth and reflection. Amid the chaos, Jonathan began to focus on personal growth. The years of family tension, professional disappointments, and public controversies served as a crucible for Jonathan's transformation. He realized that he needed to separate his identity from the expectations placed on him by his family and the public. This was an important step in reclaiming control of his own life and finding peace amidst the turmoil. Jonathan began to take more responsibility for his personal beliefs, seeking to understand his faith outside the context of Daystar or his family's influence. He took the time to reflect on his spiritual journey and what he truly believed, rather than simply adhering to the expectations of his family. This process of introspection was crucial for Jonathan, as it allowed him to reclaim a sense of purpose and direction. As Jonathan began to rebuild his life, he also made efforts to set boundaries in his relationships. While he still valued the importance of family, he recognized the necessity of protecting his peace and mental well-being. This process of setting healthy boundaries marked a significant step in his growth, as it reflected his growing understanding of what it meant to live authentically and with integrity. A journey of personal growth and new beginnings, Jonathan Lamb's story is one of personal growth, familial conflict, and a search for identity amidst the pressure of fame and expectation. From his early days as the son of Daystar's founders to his public struggles and accusations, Jonathan has navigated a tumultuous journey that has captivated the public's attention. His path forward, however, is not defined by his family's legacy or the controversies that have clouded his reputation. Instead, Jonathan's future seems to be shaped by his determination to learn from his past, grow spiritually, and reclaim his own sense of self. As the media continues to follow his journey, Jonathan Lamb's story remains one of great complexity, filled with lessons about family, faith, and the difficult process of self-discovery. His willingness to confront the challenges before him and make decisions that reflect his own truth could serve as an inspiration for others who are struggling to find their way in the face of overwhelming pressure.